you said you would. Fight your battles for you, they gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Only do it.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Tanisha, aka LavagrlT, and I'm here with another video. And by the title shows, it is about what I actually use for my hospital bag. It's been about 6 weeks. Wow, 6 weeks since I've had baby girl Dream, and it has been a blessing to have her. She is such a joy. She is baby number 4, and she's a perfect fit to our family, and we just thank God for blessing us with her. She's just so precious. She's actually here with me now. So getting right into the video now. I carried a whole bunch. I had packed a whole bunch of stuff to carry with me to the hospital, which obviously I needed, because then when you're going into the hospital, you have to prepare yourself for whether it be a natural birth or a cesarean, whatever your birthing plan is, you pack accordingly. I was gonna have a natural birth. That was what I was hoping for. But there was like a little curveball. I ended up getting an epidural, so there's a few things that I actually didn't use, and I think that may have changed things a little bit, maybe not, but nonetheless, right off the bat, I can say the number one thing that I'm absolutely so happy that I decided to make the switch and carry with me was my pulley. Yes, my suitcase pulley. I'm so thrilled and happy that I decided to go with that instead of using my mommy bag that I purchased. I know I spent a little bit of coins for it, but I'm glad that I went with the pulley instead, because it made things a lot easier for my husband and I when coming into the hospital and also leaving, because the walk to get to the labor and delivery unit, it was extensive. It was very lengthy from the entrance to get to the labor and delivery unit. So that definitely helped with my husband, like when we were leaving. It made it easier for him to just have the carrier and also just pull the pulley along while I was tagging along behind. Next, I packed nightgowns. I packed a button-down nightgown and over the top nightgown, along with a nursing bra, tank top, and pajama pants and robe. I never ended up using those. Like I said, I had the epidural. Yeah, I decided to get the epidural like about 14 or so hours into labor, and only being dilated at that point at 2 centimeters. I said, I gotta just take the epidural because my body did not get any rest, and I needed to have all the energy that I could to push. So with that said, with me getting the epidural, you know, that hooks you up to all sorts of IVs, and you're basically stuck in the bed for the whole delivery, whole labor process. So I didn't get to use none of those. I didn't use the nursing bras that I brought. I never used the tank top nursing bras. I never used the pajamas, the robe, nor did I use the nightgowns, nightgowns. I ended up just using what the hospital provided, their delivery gowns. And I didn't pack or purchase, I should say, before any custom or delivery gowns. I just used what they had. So next on my list, what I did use my socks. I packed socks, and those came in very handy during my labor. I was a bit cold, and they definitely helped warm me up. I wasn't able to walk around, so therefore it didn't matter that I didn't have grips on the bottom of it, so that was fine. Next, what I did use was my flip-flops. I brought flip-flops for the shower, and I also brought bed slippers, and I didn't end up using them. I just went with the flip-flops because then the nurse recommended not to use them, because then they would have gotten soiled with fluids and so forth. So I just ended up using the flip-flop when going into the restroom instead of walking barefoot, which is a no-no. I use my flip-flops, and also afterwards when washing up, I use the flip-flops in the shower as well too. yeah, I think this was the first time I actually showered there. I usually just dry clean, but yeah, this time I really showered at the hospital. And yeah, I used my flip-flops, and those came in super handy. They were just a plain regular black old flip-flops from Old Navy. Next, I had, obviously, with my aftercare, I had my towel, so I'm glad I brought that. It was a big sheet size towel that I brought with me. At my hospital, they don't provide any of those things. They only provide basics like pillows and a comforter, and that's it. Apart from that, they don't provide parents with any of those extras like towels, rags, or whatever else some hospitals may actually provide their patients. I did have my toiletries that I packed: my sponge, my rag, my soap, my body wash, whichever one I felt to use, my olive oil. Oh, I know, yeah, definitely my olive oil, consecrated oil came in very handy as well, and during my labor and even afterwards also. So yeah, that was very essential also. Yeah, my mouthwash, my toothpaste, all of my toiletries came in very clutch. All of my toiletries came in very handy, and yeah, that I obviously had to use. I didn't pack them in any specific toiletry bag. I just had some clear bags that I kept from whenever I purchased any drapery or any bedding. I keep the little clear bags, and I always use them for travel or for anything for the kids. I just throw them in the clear bags, and I actually ended up carrying my toiletries and also my sanitary pads and peri bottle. And speaking of peri bottle, that definitely was very useful. If you're having a natural birth after your delivery, you can't wash with a rag, so it is suggested to cleanse with a peri bottle, and that was extremely handy versus the ones that they provide at the hospital, which is just a straight upright peri bottle. The one I had, and I'll link my video before of what I carried in my hospital bag down below in the description bar, so that you can have a look. But the one that I had before has a hook, and it's just like the Freedom Moms peri bottles, but I got mine off of Amazon. No, sorry, off of AliExpress. I then also, as I stated, had my sanitary pads, and I carried the overnight pads. I carried two types of overnight pads actually. I carried always extra long overnight pads, and those came in extremely useful. Oh my goodness, they are extremely long. They had your girl from front to back, like they had me covered. I didn't carry or purchase any of the adult undergarments, disposable undergarments. I just had those along with the blue so I guess soil sheets or soil paddings that you would use on your beds, and that the hospital also provides. So I had those as well too. Next up, in regards to technology, I did walk with my iPad. That came in very handy as well. It was very calming to listen to a playlist that I had already for my gospel songs and any soothing nursery songs that I had, and just meditation and affirmations. It was very useful just to get yourself in a good calm space during delivery. So I walked with my iPad, and I also walked with an extra long cord. I didn't show those in the video, my last video, but that is something that I did walk with, and I'm so glad I did have those. So that was my iPad and an extra long charging cord for my tablet. When they're at the hospital, you just don't know where the outlet will be, so definitely walk with an extra long charging cord to charge up your devices. Moving on to the baby bag, what I did use within my baby bag were her water wipes. Those were very good. I must say, I truly would recommend anyone to purchase the water wipes. They are definitely saturated and very soft to the touch for your skin and for baby skin and everything, and it has a lot of moisture where in which it'll be easy to clean the baby's bum after the initial bowel movements that they have, that's usually sticky and dark and what have you. So yeah, the water wipes are definitely a diaper wipes that I recommend using, that I used as well too. Next, from her bag, I did also remove a couple things because then I did overpack. I'm that type of person that when I'm traveling, I pack everything, house and land and car and everything. I think it's just better to have more than enough than not to have enough, and then you need it and you don't have it there and you can't go back and get it. So I packed more than enough initially, but I did remove 1 and 2 items because I did find that it was just a little bit too much. So with her, I used her diaper vests, about a couple of the diaper vests. I packed only 3 newborn diaper vests, and I packed 3 newborn diaper vests, and I used 1 out of it. I also obviously used her going home outfit and a sleeper. I did use also 1 of her headband and muslin cloth sets as well. I had packed 2 initially. You don't really need that much, so I just used the 1 that I carried instead of carrying the 2. And of course, like I said, the wipes and her diapers. I didn't give her a bath in the hospital. I waited a couple days for her to have her first bath, and with that, so I didn't have to end up using the rags or the baby wash. But the baby wash was in the diaper bag still, and also the rags, but I just never ended up using them. What else did I use from my diaper bag? I think that's pretty much it. That I used from the diaper bag for her. I used her diaper vest, her sleeper, and also her muslin headband set, and the wipes and diapers. I don't think that there's anything else that I didn't use. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for my video on what I carried and what I actually used from my hospital bag. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like if you haven't already done so, and comment down below as well, and make sure to share. So until next time, stay blessed.